During the last ice age, much of Southeast Asia was part of a now-submerged landmass known as Sundaland. At the time, sea levels were over 100 meters lower than today. Let's dive into a world that existed tens of thousands of years ago, right under the seas of Southeast Asia. During the last ice age, the world looked very different. So much water was locked up in massive glaciers that sea levels were over 100 meters lower than they are today. This exposed a vast continental shelf, connecting what we now know as Borneo, Sumatra, Java, and the Malay Peninsula into one enormous landmass, Sundaland. But while Sundaland formed the core of Ice Age Southeast Asia, Luzon and much of the Philippine archipelago were not part of it. Geological data show that deep ocean trenches such as the Mindoro and Sulu trenches kept most of the Philippines isolated, even at the lowest sea levels. This fact is significant. It suggests that the Philippines, particularly Luzon, developed separately from the ancient mainland. Our islands rose tectonically from the sea and were never connected to the broader Asian landmass in the way Sundaland was. Nonetheless, there were contacts between these regions. Paleolithic migrations, likely used exposed land bridges for example. Via Palawan or Mindoro or short water crossings to move into the islands, genetic and archaeological studies support this. Populations that once lived in Sundaland moved into islands Southeast Asia, including the Philippines, as the seas rose. Some settled, others moved on to Oceania. What drowned Sundaland was not a single cataclysm, but a gradual sea level rise, triggered by melting glaciers at the end of the Ice Age. Between 12,000 and 7,000 years ago, it was slowly engulfed, a process that likely reshaped human societies. Some groups adapted by taking to the sea, marking the beginning of the Great Austronesian Maritime Dispersal. This event would ultimately define the cultural and linguistic landscape of the Philippines. Though we were never geologically part of Sundaland, our prehistoric ties to it are undeniable. Many of our ancestors may have once lived on its fertile plains or near its rivers before being forced to migrate. Their descendants brought with them not just genes, but stories, tools, languages, all reshaped by their journey into the sea-bound worlds we now inhabit. Thus, while we are islanders by geography, our origins are more complex, connected to a sunken world whose legacy still echoes beneath the waves. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the hidden chapters of history.